Yes, today we are talking about, and if you don't like, now's the time to click off or dive further into the brain rot. Yeah, that was a bit much. So I was just doing some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star R&Ring in my spare time. You know, practicing combos, enjoying the fan service, and just having some good old fun. But the more I played, the more I couldn't stop thinking to myself, if only. This is a remaster of a game from 2013. And a fighting game no less, which is what many anime games are. And I've always had this pet peeve with JoJo in particular. For how popular the series has become, the video game department is lagging behind. Like I'm drowning, but I'm also dying of thirst. But then again, it could always be worse. So today, I'm pinning all my hopes and dreams on that plural S at the end of the official Twitter account because I'm going to pitch the next JoJo's Bizarre Adventure video game. Of course, the main dilemma that comes when making a JoJo game is what part to adapt. Sometimes they choose one or say, screw it, we're doing all of them. But for the sake of simplicity, I'll just be choosing one from the 8 completed parts as a base for this pitch. And that part will be... Yes, I did indeed went with the blandest pick possible. Why? Because Part 3 has F Mega and Oh That's a Baseball available as minigames. This isn't hard to understand. Part 3 is the most popular part. It's why Jojo is the poster boy for the series and already has 2 games to its name. But with multiple stand users, a variety of fights to pick from, a world-trotting adventure to take place in, and Dio as the main antagonist, for what I'm looking for, it'll work perfectly. The only question left is what type of game I want and who exactly will develop it. Simply put, I want an action game with all 6 Crusaders as playable characters. And with plenty of developers to choose from, I concluded that only one could pull this off with a finesse and pizzazz worthy of JoJo. Platinum Games is my choice when it comes to a JoJo action game. And I know they aren't the only action game developers out there, but it's hard to argue with their track record. The Bayonetta series, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Transformers Devastation, Nier Automata? Over the years, Platinum has consistently delivered quality action games again and again and again. Ew. But one game in particular made them the clear choice. Let me bring you back to 2019, when Platinum partnered with Nintendo to deliver one of the best action games on Switch. The futuristic, action-packed detective adventure named Astral Chain. Now listen up. In Astral Chain, you're a detective in charge of investigating strange occurrences and dispatching dangerous chimeras using your Legion. Legions are captured chimeras that you can control at the same time as your character by using the right stick. It's a little awkward at first, but you get used to it and it makes for a really unique experience as you control 2 characters at once. Now the Legions are chained to the user's arm, limiting their range to just a few meters, and there are 5 in total, each with specific abilities and weapons, from bows to swords to who's a good boy, all helping you fight the invisible threat of the chimeras. And by the way, a Legion can only be seen by those who use them. Remind you of anything? Limited range, special abilities, can only be seen by other users? These are just stands! Look, this one punches really fast! Don't you get it? I want Platinum to make a JoJo game because they already made one! The concept has been executed well already, the stand and the user fighting together at the same time. Not that they have to do it this way, but it shows they have options and experience. So imagine, a JoJo action game based on Part 3 with 6 playable characters with their own unique stands. With each level pitting you against a stand user that will require skill and puzzle solving to retire them beyond recuperation. Just thinking of getting to use Hermit Purple, Hierophant Green, the Fool, Magician's Red, and so many more fights, utilizing their unique abilities like how Silver Chariot can shoot out his sword or become faster by ditching his armor for a short time, the Fool being able to glide and manipulate sand, Hermit Purple and Hammond being used together offensively as a whip and armor, using Hierophant Green's Emerald Splash that won't miss and control the battlefield with its tentacles, and Magician's Red actually having screen time. And the variety of boss fights too, like Hanged Man, Death 13, Geb, and imagine fighting the High Priestess as this humongous boss while switching between all 6 Crusaders with Stand Proud blasting from the speakers? That's what I want, that's what I'm talking about! Also, messing around with Time Stop afterwards? What more do I need to sell you on this idea? But the thing about action games is that before you can get to all the you'll have to dig through a lot of this. Grunts or fodder are a necessary part in action games to keep you busy and hone your skills, but not very intuitive to JoJo as a series, because unless every stand user is equipped with a harvest side effect, that means we'll have to make up some random bullcrap to make this work. But hey, this is JoJo. Random bullcrap is what it's all about. From off the top of my head, just let Dio have a right-hand man that keeps sending out enemies with every stand user to stop the Crusaders. That'll work. Honestly, this is where part 1 or 2 would fit a whole lot better with its horror vampires. Or just make this a boss rush like Jojo. See? I did not forget about it, okay? It's just still stuck in Japan, what am I supposed to do? Or you know what? They can just choose part 5 for this concept for all I care. This was just meant to be a simple pitch. For fun. I don't want to dig into the nitty gritty of game design because we would be here all day, and I would rather leave that to the professionals instead of the guy whose greatest programming accomplishment is making checkers. Please, all I want is for a quality JoJo action game to be made and be really good. But if I hear people complaining about paying full price because it's only 5 hours long, I will personally break into their house and calmly convince them to change their opinion. Yeah, right. Game quality and worth being linked to length has to be one of the stupidest rationalizations ever conceived. Like, who decided that games needed to be 40 hours or longer to be good anyway? Oh, it was us. Gamers. Okay, BRB, gonna go reset the universe real quick. One without gamers. See you later.